Yo, what is going on, y'all? It is your boy Hydra, Jay, whatever y'all want to say. I'm back with another reaction today. Today's video is going to be about 5 reasons no one wants kids anymore. If y'all didn't know, I recently actually just had my first child. I have a 1-year-old son now, so I am very pleased, very excited for that. He is the next in line, my firstborn son, and he will continue my bloodline happily. It's exactly what I wanted, exactly what I was planning for. I've always wanted a boy. I've always wanted at least 3 kids myself, so I'm interested to see, what's the reason that people aren't wanting kids nowadays. I know it's expensive. I know kids are a lot. I'm not gonna say they're a burden or anything, but they take a lot of attention, a lot of care, a lot of resources. To me, they're worth every cent, every bit of it. My son, can have my entire check if he wanted to. I would go broke for the little man. But let's get into the video, y'all. Let's stop wasting y'all time. Let's get into it. Hey, but before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that notification bell if y'all want to get notified for content like this. And let's get it.
What if you are the last in your bloodline? Your family tree ends with you. So what's going on? Have we really stopped wanting families? Or is something else happening? Over the last decade, the cost of living in the US has increased by 36%.
36%. That's a lot. I noticed that years ago, like my rent went from $600 to $1,200 within like 2 or 3 years. And I was like, yeah, we got to cut this out. It's got to get cut. Like, we got to cut it down somehow. So, baby mama actually left and moved into Michigan. And I went to Chicago back with my parents because why do I need to do all of that? Be in an area where I don't even have my son. But unfortunately, she moved back to Arizona, like within months. So, got to deal with that. If you're a man, you're not happy with your situation, go ahead and do what you got to do. Because that's what boat I'm in. So don't be like me. Get it done early. Make sure all your stuff is in order. But yeah, 36%, man. The cost of living is going up out here. Like, it's getting insane. To eat out is insane. To buy groceries, pretty crazy. The cost of these taxes, this rent, is just going up. Everything's going up. And it's not good for this generation.
According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, what cost $100 in 2014 now costs about $136. Everyday essentials. In 2019, a basic $100 grocery haul now costs $137.
Yep,
and that's just food.
Bucks.
Rent has jumped over 30% in many cities. And let's not forget student loans.
Ridiculous. I've actually been in community college for well over 4 years, doing all of my prereqs for civil engineering. And I've seen, everybody that's going to the 4-year universities, they've had to either take breaks and, pay off their debt, or, just take out a bunch of student loans. And it's getting crazy. It's almost not worth it, because we are seemingly in a recession as well. So it is hard to find work out here. Like, I'm not the type of person to not, be applying for jobs or not to try. And I found it hard recently to get hired. And if you lose your job, it's tough. I recently lost a job at a school because after the 3rd week of working there, because they said I didn't know how to do my job properly. But I would never work at a school again for political reasons, because my mom also recently got hired there pretty much as the boss. So I got fired before she became the boss. And I'm a hardworking guy, man. Like, I'm not lazy. I don't not work. I work 40 hours a week right now, and at a part-time job, and I do DoorDash on the side. So it's just like, you got to do what you got to do at the end of the day, especially when you're not getting enough from what you're making, what you're doing. It's tough. It's tough out there, bro. Especially if you got school going on too, like I do. That's a lot. That's a lot to put on your plate. A lot of us really need the help. Y'all really need to come together and stop trying to do all of this solo dolo. Like this independent stuff, it's not working out. It's not, because people aren't making more money and the cost of living is going up. Y'all really need to start focusing on being together. I don't care if you got a roommate. Help out somehow. Cut it down. Save some money.
Average Gen Z borrower carries nearly $23,000 in debt. and that's a bill you'll be paying off for the next 10 years. Oh, and raising a kid? New data shows it costs $331,933 to raise one child in the US through the age of 18. And no, that still doesn't include college. That's a 28% jump from just a decade ago, mostly due to skyrocketing housing, food, and childcare costs. I mean,
up for an adventure?
Always.
that's enough to buy 40,000 iced lattes. And no, we're not exaggerating. So, when someone says, just have kids, it feels like they're suggesting you buy a yacht. In this economy? Seriously? So yeah, the financial side is brutal, but money isn't the only reason Gen Z is hitting pause. Now, imagine this. You wake up, 3 alarms have already failed, your rent is late, your boss just sent you a Slack message saying quick chat, and your anxiety is wearing Crocs and sprinting around your brain. You haven't even brushed your teeth, and the world already feels like a boss level. Now, add a screaming toddler into that picture. According to a 2025 survey by Talker Research, 25% of Americans experience burnout before age 30, and the peak for Gen Z hits at 25 years old. The top 3 reasons.
I wouldn't tell you how old I am right now because seeming pretty accurate right now. And yeah, as soon as that baby was told to me that it was coming, I lost it. I absolutely lost it because I was already really just working to pay my bills and not having anything for myself at that point. I actually went from making about, I want to say I made $1,800 a week sometimes to barely scratching that every 2 weeks. And it's not fun. Like, I basically lost like a lot. I lost a lot of my income, like almost half my income. I think 75% of my income went down. Yeah, from $1,600 a week, $1,800 a week sometimes, to like barely scratching 1,000 every 2 weeks. Insane. And I used to work for myself. That was me simply working for myself like 5 days a week. You know, probably 10 hours a day, and I just can't scratch that no more. So yeah, that was before. That was before I even really got deep into my school. I'm a step away from my associate's degree, so I'm really looking forward to actually get into that field and start making some real type of money and actually start getting some experience too. But yeah, I feel pretty burned out. Working 5 days a week, 10 hours a day. Sometimes they have to send me home early because they don't want me to go to overtime. They don't have the hours to give me for overtime. That's where we're at right now. That is where we are.
Finances, politics, and work. So yeah, mental health isn't a luxury issue, it's survival. Gen Z isn't selfish, they're self-aware, and right now, they're just
some of us are selfish. A lot of them are selfish. Especially sorry to say it, especially our women. They are super independent. They want to do what they want to do. They don't want any help. And if they get told what to do, they'll go off on their own. I literally am in the same boat. Baby mama just did what she wanted to do. The first time she got a house, she couldn't even work. So she basically almost got evicted, had to leave, go to Michigan. That's what happened. And I followed. Now she's back doing the same thing. Now she's working 2 jobs, probably 70 hours a week. And then she has to do daycare too. Daycare's she said, $300 a week because she can't find the proper resource to get it down. And I was like, no, that's not possible for me or you. So if you can figure something out, go ahead. I just had to say it like that. That's insane. That's an insane amount of money a week. $300 a week. I don't even get paid every week. Every week. Every week. Yeah, you're losing your mind. That's not even including rent, the cost of living, cost of transportation. And I know in Arizona, bro, you turn the AC on between 3 and 6 o'clock, double that in the summertime. It don't make no sense. Be smart out here, y'all. Be smart.
just trying to survive themselves. And when surviving feels like a full-time job,
Yep.
guess what Gen Z does with their free time?
Work.
They chase something that actually feels like living. You wake up in a beach hotel in Thailand. It's 10 a.m. You've got a mango smoothie in one hand and your Airbnb host's cat in the other. Life is good. Now, imagine doing that same morning, but instead of a smoothie, you're holding a screaming baby covered in banana. Gen Z has seen the traditional script: job, mortgage, 2.5 kids, and said, cool plot, but I'm rewriting it. In 2025, 58% of Gen Z said they would rather have more freedom and balance than a bigger paycheck. I mean, freedom looks good on Gen Z. Boarding passes, van life, co-working in Lisbon. But here's the part no one wants to say out loud. What if they just don't have kids? No trauma, no tragic backstory, no infertility. Just nope. For decades, not wanting kids has been seen as selfish, cold, or something must be wrong with you. But Gen Z grew up watching millennials get burned out, boomers get divorced, and Instagram moms cry behind perfect posts. And somewhere between climate dread, $8 oat lattes, and therapy memes, a new realization hit. You don't have to do this. You can love kids and not want your own. You can be great with babies and still choose quiet mornings, creative projects, or a life that just fits you. And the internet, it gave Gen Z the one thing that no previous generation had. Millions of people saying same.
1 second, you're not there. And then, right on time,
There's no more shame. There's memes. If I wanted to raise something messy and loud, I'd adopt a raccoon. But beneath the jokes is a quiet revolution. The right way to say no without explanation, guilt, or apology. And that's powerful. But here's the twist that nobody's talking about. Maybe this shift isn't just personal, it's structural. What if the real reason people aren't having kids isn't fear or selfishness, but architecture, economics, and Wi-Fi? It sounds wild, but wait till you see how we got here. Picture this. It's 1850. You live on a farm. There's no Wi-Fi, but hey, at least the cows respect you. Families were massive. 5, 7, 10 kids. Why? Because children weren't a choice. They were your workforce, your retirement plan, and backup in case of dysentery. But they were also deeply loved, and raising them wasn't a solo mission. Everyone lived together.
He's getting to it. He's definitely getting to it. This generation is selfish, independent. They are not together. I'm a blinding case. Maybe mom just said, I don't feel like I want to do it. I don't feel like I want to do this together. And so she said, fuck it, I'll do it by myself. Her decision. And for me, it's just like, okay. Of course, I'm going to have more for myself now because I'm not the full-time caretaker, even though I've tried to be. I recently even had him for a month. And I was like, I don't have any free time, but I get to watch my kid. I get to watch him grow up. I get to, see him every day. And when kids are loved, it don't really matter that much, This generation, they either don't want the kids. A lot of them are miserable. And this is why. They're solo dolo, doing it by themselves, struggling, working 2 jobs, never got any free time. What type of life is that? What type of life is that? It's not. Just be honest. It's not a life. You're working to survive. But it's okay. Everybody has their own choices to make,
Grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, babies. You weren't raising a child. The entire village was.
The village.
Moms weren't burning out. They had backup, and dinner came from the backyard.
Case in point. Also, her entire family is in Michigan. She just up and left her entire support system, the entire village. Both of them. Because my village is here in Chicago, her village is here in Michigan. Some reason she's in Arizona now. Why? Why are you doing stuff like that? If you're out there moving away from your support, your village, it's going to be a lot harder. There's nobody around to help you. When you need help, it's not going to be there. I also did the same thing. I spent a lot of time in Arizona, and I also felt like at some points I'm like, I can't even go home because I got to pay these bills. I'm wasting money out here paying for a house that I'm not staying in. I might as well just stay. And that, to me, that's no way to live. Like, it's not fun. You will get burned out. I got burned out probably, I want to say 8 months into me working the 2 jobs, 70 hours a week. Completely burned out after like start having a baby too. Baby's on my shoulders, hanging over that. And then I got school too. It was just like, what are you supposed to do in that case? What are you really supposed to do? Like all of your attention, all of your focus goes to all of that. All you can do is work. And I didn't want that. I didn't want that for myself. I used to work for myself and then have free time whenever I wanted to. So to come from that to 70 hours a week, not having a day off, sometimes working double jobs on, the same day. That's not it, man. That's not living. That's slaving. We are still slaves, unfortunately.
Now, fast forward to 2025, you're in a 300 square foot apartment with walls so thin you can hear your neighbor sneeze in 4K. There's no family around, there's no free
Arizona, I was in a room, a shared living space, but my own room, own bathroom, paying a good like $1,200 a month. Paying what some people pay in like mortgage for a place to rent. That's not even all my own. That's how bad it was getting out there. That's also why I left. I also bought a car too for seemingly I'm not gonna say no reason because I really needed a car the second and I was making a lot of money at that time. But right after that, I actually lost that job. I had to start, working the two to even compensate. I'm down to like my last $4,000 on the car and it's paid off. So that's what I intend to do. I intend to like cut everything down. Whatever expenses I can cut down, they will get cut down. Working at fast food restaurants, part-time. I'm gonna get something to eat. I ain't gonna be buying a lot of groceries now. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. My goodness, the bare essentials, man. I remember going to the store a lot of the times. Get tissue, bathroom supplies, toothpaste, stuff like that. Just the essentials, not even groceries. Like $200, bro. Like $200. That 130 was generous. It's like $300, man. That's not even including the food. You add some food in there, you probably spend a good like $400-500 on groceries and supplies. It's not fun. Then you add a baby on top of that. Now you got to get formula, diapers, wipes. You got to make sure they got clothes, socks, toys. You got to make sure that once they growing up and moving out of the earlier stages, you gotta upgrade them. You gotta get them more stuff because they grow quickly and they need a lot of stuff. But y'all got to be careful, man. Y'all have to be careful with who y'all have kids with too, because some people are not mature enough to notice stuff like this and make the right decisions. A lot of y'all are extremely young and emotional and go based on how y'all feel. It's not the time for that. It's really not. It's not the time to be going out and just like doing what you feel like because that's what you feel like doing. You feel like you can't stand your parents because they have too many rules at their house. You want to move out. Really take a step back and think about it. Take a step back and think about that. Because what are you doing? Why? It's not making any sense. You're not gonna have anything. A lot of you all like don't understand. A lot of people don't have like a lot of. I'm just gonna say it. A lot of people don't have old money, especially our culture, being people of color. We don't have a lot of like old money. There's not anything to fall back on. So just to sit here and like literally pay to live every day and not put anything away, not have anything to save, put away for the next generations, we're failing. We're gonna be in the same boat forever having nothing. To me, that's extremely sad. It's stupid and it's telling. Like, yeah, we failing ourselves. There are ways we can go about this to not be burned out, struggling, working every single day of the week, not a day off, and always burned out from work and tired. It's a way around it. Now I figured it out. I figured it out quickly, and I got to it. But if I can do it, I know y'all can too. Especially if you're not doing school, you got a little bit more time. Especially if you only got one decent job that can take care of a lot of the majority of the bills. you got to realize, you got to have time for yourself. We are all human. We all need time to relax, have fun. I know it's not always time to have fun, but y'all can't be working all the time like that. Y'all will get burned out. It's not gonna be good for your health. Mentally, physically, emotionally, all of that. It's tough.
Help. It's just you, ChatGPT, and a never-ending pile of baby laundry. And while the past had its problems, believe me, plagues, wars, questionable soup, it did have one thing that we lost: community. Today, having a child means doing everything solo. I mean, physically, financially, emotionally. No wonder people are hesitating. It's not about not liking kids, it's about surviving modern life with one. Imagine this. You're 27, you're finally making more than minimum wage. You just paid off your credit card, your cat's still alive, and for the first time in years, you can finally breathe. Then your aunt at dinner goes, "So, when are the babies coming?" What do you even say to that?
And the crazy part is they're looking for them. They're looking for them kids. Y'all have these villages that want these kids too. So the fact that a lot of y'all like want to go off and do your own thing and not have your community, not have your village, what are you doing? What are you doing? You wasting resources. That's what we're doing. It's way too expensive to be out here alone now. It's just simple as that. It's way too hard. Not saying it can't be done, because it obviously can. It can definitely be done. You work hard enough, you work enough hours, you make enough money, you can do it. But to sit there and say, yeah, I'm happy, doing this all alone by myself. I make enough to cover it. It's not enough. You have enough to cover it, but you have enough to save. You have enough to take care of yourself, to pamper yourself. A lot of people don't. It is what it is now. But if that's what you choose, that's what you want to do. Can't nobody stop you.
One comment says it straight. For some of us, we simply don't feel the desire to be a parent, and we know that we don't have to. Someone else shares, single female with no kids, no student or credit card debt. Annual salary is $180,000. Not having kids is the best decision I've ever made. And people who don't want children are intelligent. They value freedom, money, time, travel, peace, relaxation. It feels amazing to not be responsible for anyone but yourself. These aren't trendy opinions. These are lives, real ones. But among them,
they're not exactly wrong either. But to say that's the best decision you can make, probably financially, yeah. For your happiness, I go say that. Because honestly, as a male myself, I'm the only boy in my family so far. Probably never gonna get a brother. I carry the last name, and I would like to continue to carry, the last name and have my sons carry the name. So yeah, my significant other decided to try to change the boy's last name. It's not happening. It's not happening. Yeah, I will make sure I get everything I need first of all. But that boy is special to me, extremely. He carries everything that I hope and dream for. He's going to carry my last name. He's going to carry my legacy, and that's all I'm going to have at the end of the day. It's what I leave behind, and it's going to be him. Him and whatever other kids I have, because I plan on having more. I'm going to do it the right way. Make sure I have them in the right setting with all my support, and I will do it right this time. Because mistakes were made, and I'm not going to be the one to suffer working like that every single day, not having any free time, not having anything to take home at the end of the day. I take home so much more money. I'm going to be completely honest with y'all. Even making $1,600, $1,800 a week, I take home more now. After 2 weeks, only making probably $1,000. I take home way more now because I live with my parents. I'm sitting in my parents' attic right now. Loving it. I don't pay a single bill besides my car note. Sometimes some food. My parents take good care of me. And I'm blessed and grateful to have them. It's truly a blessing to have both parents. They worked it out. They made it happen, regardless of what they had going on. And they took care of us. All three of us are doing okay. Older sister's okay. Little sister's okay. I'm doing good. I'm trying to take care of everything that I can take care of and make everybody else's life better. I also thought about going to the service, just so I can have that under my name, just so I don't have to I can get those benefits at the end of the day. I can give something to my son. He can always have something. You know, I can get a check. He can get a check. They can pay for my school. They can pay for my sister's school. They don't have to pay for that anymore. That can be something I can cut out. And that's how my mind works. How can I minimize what I'm spending and raise up what I make? It's a counterbalance. I want to bring down what I'm spending, and I want to up how much I make. Not just up how much I make and up how much my cost of living is. That's ridiculous. That is a stupid way to live. If you live like that, if you're the type of person to say, hey, just make more money, get the things that you want, just make more money, make it make sense. So yeah, work harder and burn yourself out for more. And increase your cost of living too. If that makes sense. All power to you. But this economy is not getting any better anytime soon. That's all I'm going to warn y'all about. Just be smart about y'all decisions.
There's also this. It was hard and expensive, but now I'm older and incredibly grateful for my son. Sharing life with him is worth it. Or, I had a child as a single parent. Now I'm old and incredibly grateful for him. I don't think I'd have much stake in the future if he didn't exist. It was hard and expensive to raise him, but I'm glad I made the effort. There's no one right story, just your own. And maybe that's the most powerful choice of all. But here's the unexpected twist. When millions of people hit pause on parenthood, the entire system starts to shift. And while everyone keeps saying we're overpopulated, the truth is a bit weirder. Let's break it down. Here's a number to break your brain.
If you're selling a service as an entrepreneur or a freelancer and you need an easy way for your clients to book appointments and services with you, let me show you how easy it is to do from my own photo.
8 billion. That is how many humans are on Earth right now. So when your aunt says, but who will carry on the family line? Girl, literally everyone else. And yet, in the US and across much of Europe, people are having fewer babies than ever before. In 2023, the EU's average fertility rate dropped to 1.4, the lowest ever recorded. Germany, Spain, Italy, they're all trending down. And in the US, we're holding steady at around 1.6. For reference, the replacement rate, the number of children needed per woman to keep a population stable, is 2.1. Anything below that means fewer young people and more aging citizens. That is exactly what's happening.
Exactly what's happening. And people are thinking they're going to have kids later on. They're like, yeah, I'm going to stack up now. I'm going to do it later on. And to me, that's even more foolish. You're going to be with a kid that's 40 years old. They're going to be 20 and you're going to be like 60. What type of life is that? By the time they reach an adulthood, you're a senior citizen. Like, my parents are young. My parents had us pretty early. My first sister was born around, I think, 17, 18. I was born around when my mom was 19. My little sister was born around their early 20s, 23, 22. They're done. They're absolutely done. And they make more money than they ever had before. And I make it a fact to, like, I don't want to take anything from them anymore. I'm a grown man. I take care of myself. All I need is a place to stay at the end of the day now. My parents take care of what they got to take care of. They don't need to do anything else. Everything else is extra. Now they're in that grandparents phase. My mom loves taking care of my baby with me. She loves, like, being around, helping out. And I absolutely love seeing my dad and my mom with them, just always together, smiling, loving on him, him loving on them too. And to me, that's something special. I couldn't imagine a life without it now. Even all the mistakes that I've made so far, I could never go back and say I'd redo anything differently. The only thing I would do differently is try to make the relationship work. I still try. But at the end of the day, everybody's entitled to their own desires. You can do what you want. If you want to be happy, do that. If you want to be stable, make it happen. If you want a life, you want to have free time, do that. If you want to work hard now, stack up, have fun later, you can do that. Nobody's telling you not to do anything. They just give you the raw facts here. I'm just giving you my opinion. And I hope y'all take it, think about it a little bit. And actually go ahead in the comments, let me know. Do y'all want kids? Do y'all like kids? Because it's an experience. I can't say that I've always had the idea that I really enjoy kids. But when I had one, changed my life. I absolutely love kids. I knew I always had, but like I was always kind of afraid of kids, you know. And I realized like most men are. Most men are like, because my son was a newborn. None of the men in my family hardly ever held him. And her family too. They hardly wanted to. They're like, no, I can't do that. Kind of scared. And I was like, I'll get it. But I was too. Like just holding them, you know, all small and fragile. Cause man, you don't want to hurt any babies. You don't want to like drop them or anything or do anything wrong, hold them wrong or anything. So like for a lot of men, it's scary. But shit, when life hits you, you gotta hit. Oh shit, when life hits you, you gotta hit the ground running. Life go knock you the fuck on the ground. You gotta hit that bitch. You gotta keep running. That's all I gotta say for that.
By 2034, Americans over 65 will outnumber those under 18 for the first time ever. So, fewer workers, more retirees, and a stressed out social security system that's already sweating bullets. And if nothing changes, the math only gets uglier.
It gets ugly. I'm a math heavy major. I know I've said I'm an engineer major. I look at statistics. I look at numbers. They don't make sense. It does not make sense to do it. It doesn't. It does not make sense to try to do it alone. It's so much harder, so much more stressful, and so much more like time that you have to spend working and not like experiencing like being with the kids or just enjoying life. And for a lot of people, what type of life is that? That's not life at all. That's slave work. Our ancestors didn't, you know, work hard, go to wars, fight through segregation and all type of stuff for this. They didn't do that. And to see us not be as unified as we once were, it's sad. Like they worked hard for almost nothing. It was almost better back then. Sadly.
Plot twist. Not everyone in Gen Z is ditching the baby train. Some are just taking the scenic route on their own terms. Because here's the thing, Gen Z isn't anti-kid, they're anti-chaos, anti-panic parenting, anti-have a baby because your mom said so. A lot of them actually do want kids, just not while living with 3 roommates and eating cereal for dinner. They want to be emotionally ready, financially stable, and maybe, just maybe, done with therapy first. And the data backs it up. In the US, the average age of first-time mothers has climbed from 21 back in 1970
like
to
25.
27 and a half in 2023. That's not selfish. That is strategy. So, next time someone says Gen Z is killing parenthood, maybe flip the script. But what do you think? Is Gen Z really turning away from parenthood or just turning the page? Let us know down in the comment section below. And still not sure if parenthood fits your life plan? First, make sure your 20s survive. Be sure to check out How to Ruin Your 20s in 3 Easy Steps. It's painfully real. But subscribe for more stories like this, and
oh God, subscribe for more stories like this. Y'all actually want me to go ahead and do that next video, go ahead and leave a like on this video right here. Comment down below what y'all think. And hit that notification bell, man. Y'all can get notified whenever I do content like this. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Peace. And real quick, one side note. We are climbing up to 300 subscribers, so I appreciate everybody that subscribed recently. I know I haven't been posting a lot. I know my content hasn't been the best, but I appreciate anybody that's come through and showing some love because it's new to me. I've been trying my best to get something going here, make this something that I like to do on the side. Hey, maybe I'll make some income from it later on. Maybe I'll do some different type of content. I love to do a lot of different stuff, y'all. I like to work out. I like to play video games. I like math. I like engineering. I like a lot of different stuff. I like telling stories. I like using my voice. I'm a good speaker from what I've heard. And I really enjoy, you know, interacting with everybody here. So if y'all like different content, go ahead and check out my page. Go ahead and check out my channels below. And I will see y'all there. We'll be starting a React channel. Strictly React content. Strictly my face, me talking. If y'all like that type of content, go ahead and subscribe to J-hydraman. And if y'all like VR content, I'm bringing that too. We have a Hydra VR channel as well. So go check those out. I got a few more channels on there too, but I haven't decided what I'm going to do with those yet. So stay tuned for that. I will be making plans soon. Please go subscribe. Keep me to 500, please. I want to get to 500 before the end of the year. And hey, if we get 1,000 before the end of the year, even better. So I will be working hard at that. If y'all want to go, enjoy the ride with me, come on through, slide on with us, and buckle up, because it's gonna be a wild ride, y'all. Yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.